Good afternoon, Peter. It is Thursday the 28th of October, and I'm very disappointed. I'm just beginning to doubt your commitment to this project. I mean, you're not even willing to take even one lethal dosage of coffee. Just one lethal dose of coffee, and you throw up your hand and say, "No, Gavin, I'm not willing to die for 4 minutes of entertainment." Very, very disappointed. Tell you what, let's split the difference and just 1 tablespoon of coffee. And on to the challenge that you gave me in yesterday's video. One part of the pulse's powers was fairly easy for me to explain. You've said he can slightly alter how other people think and how they feel around him. Well, science and medical TV has taught me that the brain emits kind of waves. You know, you can put patches on people's heads and detect their brain waves. And that means that some kind of signal from the brain is coming out. Kind of, sort of, maybe. So I'm thinking that the pulse emits very strong brain waves, and he's kind of able to tune them into other people's frequencies and then slightly alter it, shifting how they think and feel at any moment in time. And he can also choose to overload their brain and just increase the amplitude of their thoughts so much that their brain can't handle it, and it literally fries. It just shuts down and they die. But the levitating has me at a bit of a loss. Perhaps he's just a little bit like Matilda and he's got so much extra thinking energy that he can project it, but instead of moving other objects, he kind of just lifts himself up. Alright, the pulse has me a little bit lost. The blue jet I see working in a very similar way to Stormwalker, with the breaking the body down and allowing it to travel as ionized particles. However, Stormwalker's more in tune with the kind of wild electricity you get in lightning, just incredibly strong and random bolts that he can kind of direct. I think the Blue Jet's just a little bit more refined. He needs the kind of measured electricity flow that's in power lines and power outlets and things like that. And basically his body's bioelectricity is just more powerful than it is in other people, and he's able to project that as a weapon. Gravitas. Originally we had Gravitas using guns to kind of affect gravitational fields, but I then came up with the idea that he's kind of wearing gloves. And these gloves were originally designed for use in construction or in factories and things like that, allowing a single person to lift as much as like a forklift could by kind of enveloping the object in a nil gravitational field. I'm not enough of a science nerd to figure out exactly how that happens. And Gravitas has kind of figured out a way to project 2 opposing gravitational fields. One glove kind of decreases his own gravitational field, while another one creates one of those singularities that you mentioned just in front of him, which kind of pulls him towards it. But as he's moving towards it, it moves further away from him, thus enabling him to basically fly. And then using both gloves in sync, he can kind of create a stationary singularity in which he can just have, like, you know, one of the bad guys orbiting, and so they're stuck there until police come to get them out. And Gundam Girl we worked out together. She's just basically replaced one of her own arms with a mechanical one that has lots of guns and gadgets and things like that in it. She's kind of like an Inspector Gadget, but only in one arm. And that's all from me today. I'm now going to go drink this breaker, then wrap the carton in brightly coloured tape. I'm very glad to have you back, by the way. I was kind of going, yeah, I love Peter Rosethorn, and I'm very glad that he got to say hello to me. I also love your friends from Canberra. And how could anyone not love Danny Ellis with long or short hair? I think the short hair looks good. But I was beginning to miss Peter. So I will see you with the Friday Roundup tomorrow. And on to the challenge you gave me in yesterday's video. Well, science tells us that there's electricity in the brain. That was a weird voice.